that it has launched a new tactical nuclear attack submarine, part of its ongoing attempts to ramp up its naval power. State television released footage of the reclusive country's leader, Kim Jong Un, at a colorful ceremony marking the launch of an unspecified location, excuse me. He said it at the event that North Korea plans on turning its submarine fleet into attack vessels equipped with nuclear weapons. Let's cross over to Seoul and speak with James Fretwell, an analyst with the Korea Risk Group. Thank you so much for joining us. How powerful is this new nuclear attack submarine?
Well, of course, we're not quite sure right now, but it definitely is a worrying sign. And those who have doubted North Korea in the past have been proven wrong reasonably quickly. You know, at one point, there were many doubts that they'd ever be able to develop a missile to hit the continental United States. And now here we are. With this new tactical nuclear attack submarine, it's probably not going to be able to stay underwater for long enough distances to remain undetected to go as far as the United States. It is based on a very old Soviet-era model, this submarine. However, it's going to potentially be firing tactical nuclear weapons and traveling shorter distances, and that poses threats to US soldiers in the region, as well as, of course, South Korea and Japan.
And when you put it into the broader context, what would be the significance of this upgrade for North Korea's nuclear weapons program overall?
Well, as a lot of commentators and indeed South Korea itself, there have been some doubts about this submarine's capabilities. And as I've said, the submarine is based on an old model. However, North Korea has been really diversifying its nuclear forces over the past few years. We've seen a real range of nuclear tests. We've seen, missiles being fired out of train tunnels, and we've seen them being fired out of lakes and off of transporter erector launchers, a real variety. And what that means is that it's going to make it more difficult for the US and its allies in the region to target all of these missile launch sites in the event of a conflict. And even if the US and its allies can neutralize some of these missile launch methods, if even one of the missiles gets through, that's going to cause a great nuclear devastation.
There are reports that North Korean leader Kim Jong Un plans to travel to Russia this month to meet with President Vladimir Putin. Is the submarine announcement relevant for that meeting?
In some senses, it is actually, because according to reports citing US officials, Kim Jong Un would travel to Russia to meet with Putin, and they might even discuss North Korea contributing weapons to fuel Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And in return, Russia might even help North Korea with something that it's very interested in, which is developing and launching a satellite, and also creating nuclear-powered submarines. Now, nuclear-powered submarines, they would be more effective than the submarine that you're watching on your screens right now, because they'd be able to stay underwater for longer periods of time, and that means that they're going to be harder to detect and neutralize in the event of a conflict. Now, whether this would actually happen remains to be seen. Maybe North Korea and Russia, maybe all this potential summitry is more about signaling a warning to the US that, if you can to be hostile against Russia, then we might turn to North Korea for weapons. But we got to remember that a lot of North Korean ammunition, it's not going to be as good as some of the more modern options that Russia would prefer.
James Fretwell from the Korea Risk Group. Thank you.